Hello everyone, welcome back to G&J Exploring. In today's video we continue our look around Scotland. We start off at the Gather restaurant, having a look at the wonderful view out across the sea. We then go to some old cairns and visit the small town of Gatehouse of Fleet. We then head down the road to the larger town of Kirkcudbright, where we go look at a few of its sites. And we then do some droning on a local beach. The next day we head up to Neilson's tower, have a look around Castle Douglas again, and then spend the afternoon having a nice relaxing time. Finally, we head back south to Maidenhead, stopping off at Gretna Green and a National Trust property on the way. We hope you enjoy this video, and on with the show. We've come down the coast today to a very nice restaurant for breakfast, but we have this wonderful view out across the sea in front of us. So later on today we're going to be heading much more towards the sea to a place called Kirkcudbright, which is very near where we're staying. We might be heading to somewhere called the Gatehouse of Fleet before that, but for now we've got this wonderful view and we are eating in this very nice restaurant right in front of me. We're just a bit along the road from the breakfast place, and we are at Cairn, which is an ancient, 6,000 years old in fact, stone cairn where people were buried. So at the moment we just have these stones in front of us, but it would have in the past been a much bigger structure. But even these stones are quite impressive. You see here what would have been the entrance to the burial area, and if I head through here you get a bit of a sense of what it would have been like 6,000 years ago. It's very impressive how old it is. And here we are at the second of the burial areas. Looks like Juliet has found a plaque. So there we go. Similar information. And if I head up to the top, we've got this nice structure and a few rocks hanging around. And I guess that used to be the entrance. There we go. We have a lovely view out across the landscape. We are here at the Gatehouse of Fleet with Juliet standing next to a big man in wood. And we're at the mill of the Gatehouse of Fleet here in front of me, which is sort of the tourist attraction here in the town. Not sure if it has any significance beyond being a nice old mill, but it has this sort of wheel here in front of me. And yeah, it looks like a very nice mill. We are now in Kirkcudbright. We're just having a nice look at this bridge in front of us, which is quite interesting. Looks like an arch bridge, but it does seem to be made out of reinforced concrete. And we are now going to be heading up here a little bit to a fishmonger's and then back over to the other side of town where it's a little bit more historical and there's a garden to go walk around. We're now at Mausoleum's castle here in the heart of Kirkcudbright, and we have this very nice castle in front of us. Now annoyingly, like almost every castle around here, it has been barriered off. I don't think we've seen a single one which isn't got Harris fencing around it, which is very annoying. But anyway, here we can see this very nice castle, and you just have to imagine there's no Harris fencing in the way of it. We also have Juliet in the stocks, somewhere she should be kept permanently. We're now at Broughton House and Gardens, which is just past the castle, and we're in this garden, which is very nice. Tiny path though. Juliet and I are relatively large humans, and getting down this path here is a bit tricky. We've got these nice gardens, and we've found some bushes with a lot of bees in them. So they've probably got some very nice honey somewhere nearby. We're going to carry on having a walk around here and then maybe see what else we can find. Juliet and I are here at the Dhoon Beach, which is a little bit along the estuary from Kirkcudbright. And we are here because, one, it's very pretty, the tide is out now, and two, because over there is a shipwreck. Now, a shipwreck's around 100 years old, nobody died in it from what I read on Wikipedia, but I am now going to be getting a drone up to go over there because it looks a bit wet and I do not have the shoes on for walking through wet sand. So I'm going to be sending the drone over, do a bit of droning around, and then we're going to be heading back into town, but might end up doing another video because it is an absolutely stunning place to have come to see. So we are just a little bit back along the coast. We've done the droning, you've probably seen it now, and there's just a subtle hint of a rainbow in the distance. Now this does sort of make sense because it has been raining on and off, so it's interesting to see the rainbow there. And if I spin around, you can see the wonderful view of where we are. And over there in the distance is where we just come from, where the shipwreck is. But yeah, incredibly pretty. And we're now going to be heading into Kirkcudbright once again for our dinner. which we're already slightly late for, but when you see a rainbow, you've got to stop. It's a new day and Juliet and I are about 5 kilometres or so from where we're staying, and we're at Neilson's tower slash monument in front of us. The name depends on what you're reading, and we're now going to be heading about 1.5 kilometres up to that big pointy thing in the distance, and we're going to see what we find along the way. We are quite a way up the hill and we're starting to get a great view out across the landscape, but we've got a bit more to go to get to the monument up there. We'll get back to you probably about 5 minutes time. And here we have the monument in front of us, and all around us is a really quite spectacular view. We'll get a bit closer to it and do a spin around. Doesn't feel like it, but we've actually come quite a long way uphill, and it looks like we're here all on our own. So it says Neilson Hot Blast. It looks like there's a little sign here explaining what's going on. There we go. That's to do with smelting iron. And if we get a bit closer, we can have a bit of a look at the wonderful view all around us. We have a view over there with the monument here in front of me. Coming round here, we have equally impressive view out around the back of it. Now I'm going to send the drone up to do a few dronings around, and we'll get back to you in a little bit. We're down from the monument now, and you've probably seen a little bit of drone footage. We had a bit of fun up there with all the different types of camera shots. We're just down at the bench, and we've still got this wonderful view out across the landscape. So we're going to be having a snack here, and then we'll be heading back to the car park and seeing what else we want to do today before the rain comes. We are further along the road and once again in Castle Douglas, and we are at this rather creepy place of the Douglas Mausoleum. So this is where the family of the chap who founded the town is buried, and it's not very easy to find this. Juliet just happened to see it when she was looking at the other tower we've just been to, and yeah, you can see this mausoleum here in front of us. So there's quite a few members of the family in here. I think the last person went in the 1960s. But yeah, a very interesting place to come visit, and really quite creepy. I don't think I would want to be here on a dark night. We are now back at our accommodation, and we're in the tub. There's my feet. and we've had a very nice time wandering around this bit of Scotland. It will be it for us though today. We're heading back down south tomorrow. We probably will end up doing another video because we're going to go to a National Trust property en route. But for now, this is us. We are back at Gretna Green. We've just come to stop to have a look for some more souvenirs on our way home, and it is just off the motorway, so it's not too tricky to come to. And it's very interesting being here once again when it's absolutely empty. So we can have a bit of a walk around in a bit more silence. This is where we had some of our photographs. And we got married in this building here. Not sure as you can see. Might be able to see into there a little bit. No, not at all. Just too many reflections. But yeah, we got married in this building. And you can see there are some people in there. But yeah, very nice to come here when it's absolutely dead. Today is a Friday. The weather is quite a lot colder than it was when we were here. But all in all, we're very glad we are married and that we got to do it here. We are more or less home now, but just before we get back to Maidenhead, we're here at Charlecote Park and we're going to be having a wander around for the next hour or so and seeing what we find. Not sure quite what's here. It was a slightly random pick. We're just looking for a nice National Trust property near the motorway, but it looks quite impressive from where we are here. And here we are inside of the Gatehouse, which has a history of the park. Very interesting, lots has happened. And we're going to head out now into the main courtyard. And here we have a very nice house in front of us. Apparently some people still live here. Not sure I'd want to live here if I had a load of random humans wandering around. So that's what it says. We are now going to head this way. And we're going to see what we find. I think there might be some deers over here. And we've walked along the stream a bit more and we have found the deer having their lunch in the field. I think we're now going to head back to where we came from and go and find the tea room. And we're now back at the gates to the park. We never found the cake in the end, so that's a bit disappointing, but we had a nice time wandering around nonetheless. And this is it for our mini moon excursion. It's been a great week. We've got married, we've had a look around Scotland, we've had a look around this very nice National Trust property, and yeah, it's been great fun. So next stop for us, next big holiday is going to be going to Norway in a couple of months' time, but until then we will see what we find and we'll get back to you in a little bit.